Okay, let's dive right in. We're going to tackle one of the biggest questions on everyone's mind right now: artificial intelligence. We're going to get a really clear, data driven look at which jobs are most affected by this new wave of technology and, what that actually means for all of us.
This is it, right? The question that's fueling a million headlines and, let's be honest, a lot of late night anxiety. Is a machine going to be doing your job in a few years? It's a huge, complex topic, and today we're going to cut through all the noise to find some real answers.
And to do that, we're not just going to guess or rely on speculation. Nope. We're using a major new study from Microsoft as our guide. They've built this thing called the AI Exposure Index, and it gives us a fascinating look at where AI is actually making its biggest impact in the workplace. All right, first up, the most exposed careers. These are the jobs right on the digital frontier, the ones with the highest overlap with what AI can do right now. And I gotta tell you, the results are probably not what you're thinking. And look, this isn't just some theory. Microsoft's data comes from analyzing over 200,000 real conversations and tasks, where actual employees were using Copilot, that's their AI assistant, for things like writing emails, summarizing meetings, generating reports. So this is based on what's happening right now. So here's the big surprise. For decades, we all kind of assumed automation would come for the manual, repetitive jobs first. But this study found the exact opposite. The tasks with the highest AI exposure, they're all about knowledge work. Stuff that requires language, reasoning, and processing complex information. So let's look at a few examples from the top 40 jobs on their list. You see roles like translators and writers, which, okay, that makes sense given AI's language skills. But look closer. Sales representatives, customer service reps, PR specialists, even data scientists and management analysts. These are all careers that require a ton of communication and deep analysis. And to really get a sense of the scale we're talking about, check out this number. The report points out that about 5 million jobs in the US alone are in customer service and sales. That's just the sheer size of the workforce that's going to see some pretty significant changes from AI. Okay, so if all that knowledge work is the most exposed, what's on the other end of the spectrum? Let's take a look at the jobs that, for now at least, seem to be the most AI-proof. The contrast here is really, really telling. The jobs with the least exposure are overwhelmingly physical. They require hands-on operation of specialized equipment. I mean, think about it. Dredge operators, rail track layers, floor sanders. These are roles where the main tasks just can't be done from behind a keyboard. AI is not driving a pile driver anytime soon. And this brings us to the most important question of all. We see this list of exposed jobs, but what does exposure really mean? Does it mean total replacement or something else entirely? This right here is where we need to reframe our thinking. It's the natural next question, isn't it? If your job as a writer or a financial advisor or a journalist is on that most exposed list, is it time to panic? Are these careers just on the verge of disappearing? Well, the researchers at Microsoft are actually really clear on this point. This quote from Kieran Tomlinson, a senior researcher on the project, is absolutely key. He says their work shows AI can support a lot of tasks within a job, but it can't fully perform the entire occupation. And that distinction between a task and occupation, that's everything. And this quote from NVIDIA's CEO Jensen Huang just perfectly captures the new reality. This might be the single most important takeaway from this whole explainer. The threat isn't the technology itself. The threat is the skill gap between people who learn how to use it and those who don't. AI is becoming the new competitive edge. So, what does this all mean for you and for your career? Let's pull all this information together into a clear, actionable way to think about navigating this new world. For a long time, a 4-year college degree was seen as the ultimate shield for your career. But what's so fascinating is that most of those highly exposed jobs we saw, analysts, journalists, scientists, they require a degree. That old shield is being replaced. The new reality isn't about your diploma, it's about your ability to constantly adapt and build new skills, especially AI literacy. So, if we boil it all down, it really comes to this. First, when you hear your job has high AI exposure, don't think replacement, think transformation. Certain tasks you do today are gonna change. And second, the single most valuable professional skill you can develop right now is figuring out how to work with AI as a tool to make you better, faster, and more effective at your job. So let's end by completely reframing that first question we started with. Maybe the conversation we should be having isn't one of fear about what AI is going to take away. Maybe the real, more powerful question we should all be asking ourselves is this: how am I going to use AI to become absolutely exceptional at what I do?